Alright guys, this is a topic that I've got loads of questions on over the years, and I am a I've been doing this for a long time now. I've been doing it about 13 years. Lifting weights for 13 years, but the past 7 or 8 years I've slowly gotten leaner and leaner and leaner. I was 19% body fat or 18%, very, very bloated. If you've seen my before and after transformation on my website. And gradually, year by year, I've been getting older, which is an excuse a lot of people use. I've been getting leaner and leaner and leaner, more and more muscular, and I've been doing all sorts of tracking methods. I've coached other men how to do the same thing very successfully. So I'm pretty qualified to talk about this kind of thing. And I want to say as well that there is no perfect way to track your body fat percentage. It's literally a case of the least bad way. So what you don't want to do, let me back up a little bit. The reason body fat percentage is so important is that you need to be 15% or lower. You don't want to go too low. Lower than 8% is almost definitely going to be a bad thing for testosterone. But in terms of the ideal, you're talking 8 to 15. For most men, it's probably going to be 10 to 15. And that's going to be where you don't have your fat cells fighting against you, producing estrogen around the clock, which is going to limit the testosterone, limit your DHT as well, which is the hormone a lot of you really want. So that's the main thing. 8 to 15% body fat. But you need to know how much above 15% you are, and this is kind of how to do it. What you don't want to do is use one of these dodgy scales where you just step on the scale. It has no idea how much water weight you have or how much muscle you have. It's just throwing out random numbers. It doesn't know. The better measurements are going to be things like body fat calipers. So there's a bunch of different measurements where it pinches the skin, different calculations. That's a good one, especially the ones where there's loads of different calculations. And then on top of that, a DEX scan is really, really useful. And a DEX scan, while it's not the cheapest thing in the world, you get your DEX scan done, you get the number. It's very, very useful. And then whatever that number is, you then go back home, take a bunch of physique pictures in the mirror, and it's important, this bit. You take the pictures in the same position, in the same mirror, at the same time of day, and with the same lighting, and with the same pose. And you remember this, and you continue to do this on a monthly basis, possibly more often than that, to really keep your eye on the prize. Most people never weigh themselves, they never take any pictures, so it's so easy for them to forget about their fitness goals, their testosterone goals. Whereas if you're constantly tracking this stuff, it doesn't guarantee success, but it makes it much more likely because your brain is focused on it all the time. And so you take those pictures, and you save it in a phone, in a folder in your phone, and this is your physique photos or whatever you want to call it. And you assign that number, whatever the DEXA said. DEXA maybe weight the average between the DEXA number and the body fat caliper number, then have the average, and then use the average as your number. Whatever that average is, that's what your physique is on when you just took up all those pictures. And then every month forward, you can take physique pictures and compare to the original group of pictures. And say your original number was 21%, 22%. If your physique looks substantially leaner than that, you know you're well on track towards 15%. If there's no change, if you're gaining weight, if you look worse, your face is bigger, you're looking puffier and belly's bigger, and measuring your waist is useful as well, then you know you've got to change something really fast, because if you don't, you're never going to be high testosterone, your estradiol's just going through the roof. But that's basically how to do it. There is no perfect way. You've got DEX scans, which cost a bit of money, but you only have to do it once using this system that I'm suggesting. DEX scan, body fat calipers, the one with loads of measurements. Take the average between those two numbers, take a bunch of pictures, and then compare all future pictures to the original pictures, and you'll know if you're within the right range, 10 to 15%. You can also compare your physique to pictures on charts and things like that, where they have a picture for each body fat percentage range. But you're better off comparing your physique to your physique, because not everyone's the same. You've got different genetics, you've got different race, you've got different heights, muscle insertions, all kinds of stuff that can throw that off. So that's how you do it. It's extremely important, especially for you guys that are well over 15% body fat. You've got to be measuring this stuff regularly. You've got to be working down towards sub 15. The entire game gets easier from that point onwards. It's so important. If you're 23% body fat and you really think that a water filter or taking slightly more boron is going to change your life, it's not. Getting to sub 15% body fat comes first. It will change your life, and then all the other stuff becomes more important. But until you do that, the other stuff is kind of irrelevant, honestly. You've got to get the basics done first. If you need help with fat loss, I've linked the aggressive fat loss testosterone program below. Very popular. Everyone seems to love it because it works. It's relatively aggressive, so you lose fat pretty quickly and you'll get down to sub 15% very quickly. It's the whole point of the program. It's a testosterone fundamentals program, so definitely check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.